I came to community care about just almost 4 years ago. When I first came here, I was at such a low point. I didn't have anything else to give to, I was just broken. And now, coming through the Hope Center and just feeling that love and helping it encourage me, and it builds you up inside.
I was a single mom of 3. I was having a lot of financial challenges. I had tried to go back to school to get a graduate degree while still working full-time with 3 kids, and it wasn't a positive experience, and so it ended up causing a lot of stress. And I had went to church, and I prayed with my pastor and some others that God would give me a sign, and that He would guide me in the direction that He would have me to go, because I knew that I couldn't handle it. And so I prayed for Him to give me some direction and to lead me where He would have me to go, because I knew I couldn't deal with everything. 2 weeks later, a good friend of mine told me about this program that she was about to become involved with. And instead of taking me to a food pantry to get food, because I didn't know how I was going to put groceries in the house that week, she brought me here.
The very first time I had went to the Vineyard, it was the very first day of the Christmas program, and they took all the kids up on stage, which I have a son with autism, and that was a big scary thing. So we ended up not going to church for a very long time, because I was trying to find one to fit my kids in. I had my CNA license, was trying to get into the nursing program, and then there was the WIA program, which could help me out with the nursing program, but I couldn't get that unless I got into the program, and I couldn't get into the program without WIA. So being stuck between a rock and a hard place, I went to a mandatory orientation, and they said, "You're on a waiting list." It wasn't even 2 hours after I left that orientation that I got the phone call that said, "You've been accepted in." Got into WIA, and then I was able to start class the following semester. In that first semester is when I met my first teacher. To tell how small the world is, we started talking about churches one day after class, and she just so happened was the one who sat with my son at that Christmas program. And then she started talking to me about Angela and the single moms ministry that she was trying. And that got me going back to church, going to the single moms ministry. Angela told me about the Hope Center.
Sometimes when you don't have much money, it's hard to even get your hair cut. And you can come in and you can get your hair cut, and sometimes you can get your nails painted. Other places, they're willing to pray for you, or, "Oh yeah, I'll pray for you." And they go about their way, and and I'm sure, okay, they probably said a prayer. But here it's more like, well, here, let's take time right now and pray. Because it shows the value of people, because you're valuable, that I want to take this time right now with you and pray.
Talking with the Life Encouragers was a way for me to look at the things that I was dealing with that month, and to be able to talk through where it is that God wanted me to deal with those situations, rather than how I wanted to. And then take a step back and say, okay, is the way I've been dealing with this the way that I should be dealing with this, or is there something different? I was already working in a variety of different areas before I came to the Hope Center, but I recognized that it's really hard to feed others when you're feeling empty, when your tank is not full.
Jason has motivated me in many of ways. Like I said, the first time I met him, I was ready to give up on being a nurse. I was just going to take my CNA license and run with it. And when I went in and met him, and I started to tell my story all over again, to come find out he was a nurse practitioner, and he was going through the NCLEX as well. And I don't remember what it was he said that day, but he said something that encouraged me not to give up, to go try again. Him encouraging me, giving me words of wisdom and stuff that he's been through on taking the test, it's helped me tremendously. And every time I come in here, Jason has something new to say, hey, have you tried this? Have you looked into this? Or here, I'm gonna give you a little homework. Go check this out and see if this will help you.
Coming here, you know, talking about the challenges that I was having and the goals to overcome those, and then being able to celebrate the things that God has done. I mean, my daughter graduated. I didn't think when I came here, I was scared. I didn't know if she was gonna make it through high school. And now not only has she graduated, but she knows what she wants to do with her life. To see the growth, to see her recognize the things in her life that were taking her away from God, and to be able to have the successes that she's had, for her to finally start taking some adult responsibility, is tremendous. I can start looking at what is it that God wants me to do. And I've had a desire to work closer with teens, and I've had ideas of things that I wanted to do, and that vision has started to become clearer.
Yeah, I come in and I'm still a member of the community care, but now I'm coming back on one or two of the other times that they offer it that I volunteer, and I either sign them in at the front desk and help make them make their next appointment, or sometimes I've helped at the home and health care and helped them, get, what they need. And it's just really good to be able to reach back out and give back.
I'm just finding myself being more realistic, that I'm able to actually have goals and meet them, which is kind of nice. And in dealing with Jason, he's helping me find ways of meeting those goals and not just putting them on the back burner and say, yeah, it's what I want to do, but I can't do it. I'm actually thinking about what I can do and how I can achieve it.